Concerned Nigerians for Transparency and Justice, a civil society coalition, has pressed on the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to release a public interim report on the investigation into the alleged $4 billion fraud linked to the failed rehabilitation of Nigeria's Port Harcourt, Warri and Kaduna refineries under the former NNPCL Group Chief Executive Officer Mele Kyari. The group argues that 6 months is sufficient for Nigerians to be informed about the progress of the probe and any funds recovered. In an open letter to the EFCC chairman, signed by Comrade Obinna Francis and Adamu Musa, the group underscored the urgency of transparency amidst Nigeria's economic challenges. The open letter highlights public outrage over the refinery's failure to produce fuel despite Kyari's high-profile commissioning ceremonies which promised an end to fuel imports. The group points to several economic implications of the alleged mismanagement, noting that the $4 billion, equivalent to trillions of naira, could have funded critical sectors like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The coalition's demand for clarity comes as Nigerians grapple with soaring fuel prices and inflation exacerbated by the refinery's continuous dormancy.
Paying inflated prices while the refineries, Mr. Kyari claims to have fixed remain idle monuments to mismanagement. The situation is doubly tragic because it compounds the hardships already facing ordinary Nigerians. Transport fares have tripled, food prices are at record highs, and wages remain stagnant. Every household now bears the burden of this failure. The missing billions are not just numbers on a page. They represent lost opportunities for education, healthcare, infrastructures, and jobs. The campaign funding allegation. Our coalition's findings also bring to light a deeply troubling allegation that $1 billion from the refinery funds was allegedly diverted to finance the 2023 campaign of the All Progressive Congress, APC. If this claims is true, it represents not only misappropriation of public resources, but also a violation of the Electoral Act of 2022, which strictly limits campaign financing and prohibits the use of state funds for partisan purposes. The implication of this allegation is stark. If $1 billion went into campaign activities, then Nigerians must be told what became of the remaining $3 billion. Who authorized such disbursements? Into whose accounts were these sums transferred? Was the money deposited in the names of Mr. Kyari's children, family members, or cronies? The implication of this allegation is, we believe these are legitimate questions that fall squarely within the EFCC's mandate under the EFCC Establishment Act 2004, which empowers you to investigate, trace, and prosecute financial crimes of this nature. There are also questions that Nigerians, as owners of the resources in question, deserve to have answered. Our respectful demands. In light of the foregoing, sir, and in keeping with our narrow focus on the refinery rehabilitation funds, the CNTJ makes the following respectful but firm demands. 1, release an interim report. We urge the EFCC to release an interim report, or at least a detailed public briefing, outlining the findings to date. Such a report should clarify how much of the $4 billion was disbursed, who received it, and what results, if any, have been achieved.
The coalition's open letter praises the EFCC's initial actions, including summoning Kyari for questioning and engaging other implicated parties. The group, however, stressed that Nigerians deserve a detailed update on the investigation's progress to maintain trust in the anti-corruption agency.
This would reassure Nigerians that the investigation is progressing in earnest. 2, prosecute where evidence warrants. Freezing accounts, while commendable, is not enough. Where credible evidence exists, Mr. Kyari and his collaborators should be charged to court without delay. Nigerians have seen similar cases proceed to prosecution. They expect the same in this matter. 3, trace and recover assets. Particular attention should be given to tracing the alleged 1 billion campaign donation and the other $3 billion in question. If funds have been laundered through relatives, cronies, or shell companies, they must be recovered under the Proceeds of Crime, Recovery and Management Act 2022 and transparently redirected into the national budget.